So let's talk about fintech now. Is privacy compliance applicable for them? Well, more for them, like for healthcare, right? Because they also hold a lot of personal data. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you're releasing new content on data privacy. And I said, let's talk about privacy compliance with respect to fintechs. What kind of personal data do they have? They start with personal data, right? As a customer, to your bankers, to any other non-banking financial corporation, any loan agent and all, you need to, of course, provide your basic contract information, name, address, phone number, a bit of family details, date of birth. You need to provide to them your personal identifiers like your Aadhaar number, Aadhaar card most of the times for KYC, and your PAN details. The moment you provide these two, they have it with them. Now they can take all your financial histories from the respective authorities. Then you provide them with your financial data, what bank you deal with. And if you are applying for a loan, they'll ask you for last 3 months or last 6 months of your financial transactions also in the bank. Right? So you immediately start applying all these. Even for credit card applications, they take financial transactions as part of the application itself. They want to know your credit score. They want to know your loan history as to how have you been on other loans. You may provide yourself or they take through the credit authorities, largely civil in India, from where they get your credit ratings as well as how you've been performing on the loans, other than the loan that you have applied for. And they also take your biometrics, your facial recognition, also your fingerprints, because Aadhaar card works on fingerprints. What are the sources of collecting data for them? For your bank account opening forms. Now, I've generally said account opening forms. These could be account opening forms. These could be credit card. These could be loan forms. Right? So, very basic details up to the level of Aadhaar card and PAN gets up as a part of the form itself. Right? Without that, they can't do authentication, and therefore they would not even take up your application. Your online lending applications, they capture your location also. They capture the IP address. Right? Many a times when you are applying for online loan, they would get back to you and say that the PIN code where you are currently sitting is different from the PIN code that is there on your Aadhaar card. Right? So you need to be very, very careful on which apps you are using. Financial services apps. What kind of financial services other than loans and could be investments, mutual funds, stocks, right? If you deal with all those things. UPI applications also capture your location and do collect all this information from you, right? So they are all financial services applications, right? And insurance companies also have to have your details. I mean, at least your banking details through which you are going to make their installments, clear their installments, premiums. But this is for a fintech. Unauthorized data sharing. They collect so much of data. They need to provide so much of consent, especially if it says granular consent options, because the data is shared across. The data, they don't sell it directly. I won't say that a bank sells the data, but a bank appoints a DSA so that they can inquire for new loans. The bank applies for or appoints collection agencies in case where the EMIs are not coming on time, so they can talk to the respective person to get the EMI collected. And those guys keep sharing it along. I would have hundreds of experience where someone will offer me a card from a particular bank, and the moment I would say I don't need the card, or if in case I'm not eligible through that bank, they'll usually offer from another bank. But the understanding was that they are working for the bank, and then suddenly you realize they were not working for the bank, they are an agent, right? One third party is working for multiple banks. And even this EMI collection, many a times, the banks themselves have hired more than one agency. So they'll share your details to multiple agencies. Anyone who gets them their EMI is good for them. That gets the commission. Partner NBFCs, non-banking financial corporations, insurance companies. Data breaches and frauds can happen through hacking of these digital wallets, phishing attacks on credentials. And once anyone is able to break through your credentials, they can violate your privacy, they can take up your data. Profiling and discriminatory algorithms. It's an AI-based. If you're using an AI-based lending model and it's deciding on standard fixed parameters, then the decision on many such things like credit card or loans may go wrong, right? So that's another risk that fintech have when with respect to privacy. Inadequate consent mechanism. I touched base on this earlier as well. There are so many options. There are so many reasons why you need the data. So consents should also be very, very clear. For example, if I take this that if I'm a bank and you're my customer, then I can send you promotional emails and phones anytime, phone calls or WhatsApp messages anytime I want to. Have I taken the consent? Is it mandatory that since you have put it on your privacy notice and have an account with your bank, you'll keep flooding me with these messages and emails? Right? What are the kind of agreements you have? The agreements of loan, even traditionally, and now privacy notices, they are so long that when someone needs money, they'll just sign it up and move ahead and will realize it later on. So you need to be careful. They have to be granular, easy to understand, with absolute clarity on how the data is being used, so that customers do not accept it in a hurry and don't get up with a generic concept and be at the risk when there is a problem with it. Right? Then you have challenges which are unique to fintech. Third-party risk management. Why unique to fintech? For third-party, everyone engages third parties, but here, contact details taken from your bank, if they get shared with any other NBFC, any other bank, or if it gets used there, or if the agent using the contact details through you is misusing it, inappropriately using it, sharing it with wrong people, then you can get into issues. Same as with the aggregator apps. They also deal with multiple bankers, multiple NBFCs, right? So then even there it is a challenge as to how are they using and how they are getting function. There is a regulatory complexity. They have to comply with RBI, SEBI, IRDAI, DPDP Act. Data minimization. Data minimization is collect minimum possible data. Business growth. How would I grow my business if I'm not able to tell you any new service or any product that I'm doing? So then put it in your consent that am I allowed to pitch a new product to you, right? Cross-border data transfer. You have to deal with international transfers. You have to deal with international applications and cloud service providers also. So fintech has to be very, very careful about these 4 critical challenges. So that's about challenges that fintech would face with respect to data privacy. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon. Subscribe to my channel and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.